Hello there, welcome everybody. My name is Don and this is my version of, well, I don't know what you would call them, bendy houses. You would normally see something like this made in ceramic. There are people that make this kind of design of building in ceramics, but I thought maybe you could make them in cardboard. So I used 2mm cardboard to make these, and they're just as good. They're just well, I think I think they're just as effective anyway, and they look okay if this is the kind of thing that you'd like. So the rest of the video is how I went about making these. They cost me nothing to make. Probably about 3 square feet of 2mm cardboard, a little bit of paint, and a little bit of tile grout is all I used, and some thin cardboard for the tiles on the top. So they cost £1, $1 maybe to make, so very, very inexpensive to do, but a very good project for, well, a school project even. So let's get into the video anyway, and I'll show you exactly how I went about making them. Okay, let's make a start then. I'm using 2mm thick cardboard. If you can buy a sheet of 2mm thick card, then all well and good. If not, you can stick 3 pieces of packaging cardboard together. That will give you 2mm thick, but ideally it would be on a nice sheet of cardboard. So I've used a sheet 17 inches or 43 centimeters by 12 inches or 30 centimeters. But obviously you could make them whatever size you like. It is immaterial. So the thing to do first of all is decide on the shape and how many houses you want. So I think a group of 4 would look pretty good. And I've decided on the shapes. There'll be 4 separate houses, but if I mark them out all as in one for the moment, then I know that they will sit together when I'm finished. So I've marked out the 4 houses, just the shape. This will be the pointed roof on the tops of them. So I'll cut these 4 shapes out, but then I need to do that again for the back. So I'll cut these out and then duplicate the 4 shapes, and then make some strips of card, some 2 inches, some 2.5 inches, maybe 1 3-inch, so that the depth of them is not all the same. So when I put them together, they can be staggered. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll cut all that out, and then we'll go on to the next stage. So I cut all 4 houses out and then duplicated the same size. So I've got 2 of each now. So when they stand like that, then I've got some varying widths of card that I can glue to make up the size of the house. I may have to bend the cardboard first to almost that shape, and then sort of tack glue it with a hot melt glue gun. I'll have to do it first and let you know how I did it. There may be some trickery involved that I don't know yet, so I'll do it and let you know how I went about it. But I'll cut the doors out first. That's going to be easier now to cut the doors out, obviously only in one piece, and then a couple of windows, so that they will look like the mouth and eyes of a person. So I'll cut the doors, cut the windows, and put them all together, and I'll come back and I'll let you know how I got on. Okay, so I cut out the doors and windows for each of the 4 fronts, and then put the side pieces on, so they're nice and 3-dimensional now, and they will sit something like that. So I think that looks reasonably okay so far. I put the roofs on, again more 2mm card, simple enough, just put apex roof on. And then for the tiles on the roof, I've got some very thin card, and make a grid of 3/8 of an inch, or 8mm, I think. So 3/8 by 3/8, make a grid like that, and then cut off two pieces, 2 lengths, and then they will, if I can get them, sit like that, and then like that, and then like that. So that will make up a tiled roof like so. So when you cut up to the halfway mark, just cut out like a V shape, and then it'll look like a tiled roof. Okay, so that's the tiled roof bit, and then I've made canopies to sit over the top of each door like so. A piece of 1/2 inch polystyrene, very easy to shape it with a piece of sandpaper into the shape of a canopy over the door, and that will represent the nose, if you like, or the top lip, because they'll be well, anyway, I'll explain later what they're for. So they will go there, and I've got those for each one along there. So what I need to do is give them, because it's not easy to paint on cardboard, doesn't look very good, so I will mix some wall filler, which you can get from any DIY store very cheaply. Just a simple cheap tub of wall filler, and add water to that, and that will give a coat. I'll give that a painting over, and you can fill all these horrible corners, edges that I've made anyway, and it will give a better corner. So you're sort of filling all the mistakes that I've made, if you like. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll give it that coat and put the roof on, and come back, and we'll go from there. So I've given all 4 houses a coat of this wall filler mixed with a little bit of water, and given that a painting, and then rubbed it down, because it leaves a fairly rough surface, but with the fine sandpaper, then that will give it a perfect base for painting. You can do whatever. It's no longer cardboard. You can do anything you like with it now. Paint it, paint wise I mean. And the roofs are all on, so cut my pieces of thin cardboard and made the roof tiles, so they're on all the roofs. And what I've done is stuck my house bricks that I make on three of the houses, so it will look like a broken render when I've put the mortar between the bricks there, and then go around the outside with a rough render, which is I'll explain in a moment. It will look as though it's an old building, and the front is, the render has fallen away. That's the idea anyway. So these bricks, I've made, well, quite a few videos now of how I go about making little house bricks, and I use this stuff. this is the be all and end all of all model making, as far as I'm concerned anyway. I very rarely use any paint. I tend to use tile grout, the stuff that you put between the tiles when you're laying ceramic tiles on the floor or the wall. Very, very inexpensive. It comes in powdered form from any DIY store. Just add water to it, and there's lots of different colours as well, which is great because, like I say, I use it as a paint, and you can make a good textured finish with it rather than just a flat block of flat paint, if you know what I mean. So what I shall do is use the grey to put in between the bricks to show as mortar. The red I shall use, I think, on the canopy outside, and this light coloured ivory colour, that will make the render then for the rest of the buildings. Okay, so that will take it up to almost finished, apart from the doors and windows. So I'll go ahead and do all that I've said. So I'll complete the finish of them, and then come back to the doors and windows, and that will be completed. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I've painted all the houses now. I used my tile grout to fill in all around the brickwork there and the sides. It didn't quite work out exactly how I wanted it, but it's okay. What I would normally do is put a thin black wash over the top, just to darken the paint work, if you like. But it didn't quite work out, so I had to sand all that off. But it's worked out reasonably well, I think. I'm going to leave it like that anyway. So for the doors, I just put another piece of card just slightly bigger than the door behind there, and mark round, so I've got the size of the door. Then I can mark internally the shape of the door. In this case, just a panel. Where is it? Just cut out a panel just inside the frame of the door, and then the piece that I cut out, cut that down to a smaller size, so I've got that gap all the way around, and then another piece of card behind, and then stick that on there, if you know what I mean. I hope I've explained that reasonably well. So that will look like a panelled door then, like that, if it's straight. Okay, so I'll stick my doors in. Still not sure about the windows, whether to leave them like that or put toothpicks in as the window frame. So I may just leave them as they are. So anyway, I'll stick my doors on, come back, and that will be these finished. Okay, project finished now. I put a door decoration at the bottom and the top of each door to make it look subtly like teeth, so they look like singing houses. Not quite sure if it works or not, but I'm going to leave it anyway. I thought they were a little too bright yellow colour, so I gave it just a very fine spray of black aerosol paint, just a very quick squib from about a metre away, just to give it a darkened area. Okay, so that's the finished object. I hope you like it. I hope you have a go yourself. Obviously a lot of permutations that you could do, all kinds of different sizes and what have you. So that's my version of a singing bendy house. If you've enjoyed the video, then please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and you will be informed when similar projects come along. If you don't like this one, maybe you might like another one. So again, thanks for watching. Let me know how you get on if you do something similar yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.